Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and we're heading into the multiverse.
Oh boy, I hope I don't barf.
What a waste of money!
Evil, you didn't like the movie?
Huh? I'm talking about the acid I took! During the movie, it never kicked in! Whoa!
Doctor Strange, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Multiverse of Madness, is the sequel to 2016's Doctor Strange and the 28th film of the MCU. The film is written by Michael Waldron, known for Rick and Morty. Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson left the sequel due to creative differences, so the helm was given to Sam Raimi, and he's the main reason I'm interested. Sam gave us The Evil Dead and the original Spider-Man trilogy, which helped kickstart superhero movies. Exactly 20 years after the first Spider-Man, I'm curious what Raimi will do in Phase 4 of the MCU. It's also been 9 years since his last feature film, Oz, the Great and Powerful. Before Raimi took over, the goal of this sequel was to explore the mind-bending, frightening side of the multiverse. They wanted this to be the first scary MCU film, and it's the first to be released under the horror genre. The filmmakers were influenced by Indiana Jones, Poltergeist, and Gremlins.
Ram Raimi has given us many scary moments.
So let's wave our hands in a circle and discuss Doctor Strange 2 in the Mouth of Madness. Why is the portal tiny?
Is that a wizard's glory hole?
Every night, I dream the same dream.
He's peeing into a toilet and wakes up soaked. After the events of WandaVision and Spider-Man No Way Home, Dr. Stephen Strange finds himself battling a one-eyed monster.
So, I do that in the shower.
Strange saves a teenager named America Chavez, who Strange has seen in his dreams, and learns she has the ability to travel through the multiverse. They learn that Wanda Maximoff, now fully the Scarlet Witch, has sent these monsters to kidnap America in order to steal her power so Wanda can reunite with her children, Billy and Tommy. The Scarlet Witch is a threat too great for the combined forces of Strange and Wong.
You cannot control everything, Strange.
No, you're Wong. With the help of mystical allies old and new, Strange travels into the multiverse to save America.
And also America.
The Scarlet Witch is nearly unstoppable thanks to an ancient spellbook known as the Darkhold. It seems Sam Raimi just can't get away from the Book of the Dead. Ooh, a recipe for cannoli dip. The first act felt like a typical Marvel movie. However, it is quickly revealed that Wanda is the villain, and it slowly gets weirder and spookier. By the end, Zombie Strange is essentially Evil Ash from Army of Darkness flying around with a cloak made out of souls. It was badass.
I liked Doctor Strange's cloak. Andy, imagine if our robe had a mind of its own.
Help! I haven't been washed in 19 years! Cucumber Pants returns as Doctor Strange, and he's great in the role. In fact, he has to play 4 other versions of the character. We get to see the effect the events of previous MCU appearances have had on him. In every universe, he loses the love of his life. We also learn more about Strange as a person, and what childhood event made him want to save lives. Strange continues his journey from being someone who is full of himself and learns to trust others because it's not all about him.
Why do these teenagers keep coming to Uncle Strange with their problems?
Elizabeth Olsen returns as Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. Because she can alter reality, Strange seeks her assistance regarding the multiverse.
You could use an Avenger.
There are other Avengers.
Just have Hawkeye shoot the multiverse with one of his arrows.
Trying to discover who she is and dealing with her grief has led Wanda down a dark path. After all, she's a mother, not a monster. Oh, by the way, Happy Mother's Day! You'd travel universes to be with me again. Wouldn't you, Mother? You know what? No. Olsen delivers a great performance. It's emotional and heartbreaking, but also sinister. There's a dark possession scene where Wanda takes over an alternate Wanda, and it's straight from the Evil Dead. You want to feel for her, but also want to hate her. The way she kills off some characters pushes the envelope for an MCU movie.
Yet, because it's a Sam Raimi movie, Bruce Campbell got it the worst.
Wanda being the big bad may make or break the movie for some. I wasn't fully on board myself until the finale. While I was expecting a new villain, I don't think this movie could introduce a more developed and complex adversary than Wanda. Xochitl Gomez plays a dimension-traveling teenager from the utopian parallel named America Chavez.
America Chavez? Who made that up? Mexico Johnson?
Strange and Wong are fascinated by her powers because they have never encountered anyone with that ability. In the film, everything is going wrong for Chavez, who is running away from her power until she embraces it. I wish there was a bit more to her character because she's mostly a MacGuffin to trigger the plot.
And trigger the Middle East for having two moms. This really is a Mother's Day movie.
In the end, by playing multiple versions of the same character, the actors get to show their range.
The characters really are multi-dimensional. Andy, what does that mean?
The multiverse is the next step in the MCU's evolution. Or perhaps mutation. Doodly-doo-doo-doot, 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 doo-doot. The possibilities are endless, and the aftershocks will be felt throughout the upcoming films and series. The door has been opened for two big franchises to come home and join the MCU, thanks to the Illuminati.
I liked that scene. A character was killed by an apology. I'm sorry.
The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
I'm still trying to figure out magnets.
Doctor Strange is up there with Guardians of the Galaxy when it comes to embracing the weirdness of the comics. However, this time they attempted to make the scariest Marvel movie and succeeded. While all of these MCU movies feel the same, director Sam Raimi's fingerprints are all over it. Raimi still brings his distinctive style that was there from the very beginning, despite now playing in a $200 million sandbox.
Whoa, it's not cheap. Shooting in other dimensions.
The music is composed by Danny Elfman, who is no stranger to Sam Raimi or comic book films. He does a fantastic job. When Scarlet Witch was chasing them in the tunnels, I leaned over to the couple next to me and whispered, "Danny Elfman intensifies."
Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, boom.
I mean, what other movie will you see a guy fight an evil version of himself with actual musical notes?
Careful, that note is sharp.
Overall, my thoughts on the movie are mostly positive, the highlights being the cinematography, visual effects, musical score, Elizabeth Olsen's performance, and Sam Raimi's directing. Watching this movie is like walking through a funhouse from hell, viewed through a kaleidoscope. It's trippy CGI horror eye candy.
Okay, hello, I'm the Taco Supreme. What?
However, there are a couple CGI shots that could have used more work, and like any story dealing with time travel or multiple dimensions, if you ask too many questions, it can fall apart. So would I recommend the maddening multiverse of Doctor Strange? Yes, if you thought the MCU was dead, here comes Sam Raimi to resurrect it.
Wait, Andy, does that mean there's a universe where you never got burned at the theater and was in the hospital?
Geez, little buddy, I don't know. This has been Andrew Stitcher with my thoughts on Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you next time.
Honey, dinner's ready.
Wife, dog, millions of subscribers, plus nachos and hot scalding cheese for dinner. Isn't life perfect?
I bet he's a jackass.